Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much once again joining me for tea time. Today we have a little bit of misty morning, and that is it. Clean misty morning is so good. Refreshing, so good in the morning. I hope you're joining me with your cup of tea, maybe a cup of coffee. Today we're going to be talking about photo. Once again, this channel is a photo, video, as well as tech channel. We've been doing a lot of Starlink as of late, but some photo stuff came in. We have some CIPA numbers out, which are very important to see where the industry is going. And the question today is, how is Nikon doing when it comes to handling the camera industry recession that has been going on for quite some time? Some people will be like, oh, it's just the last couple of years because of the V and all the rest of the stuff. No, it's not it. There's been a recession going on for quite some time. If you don't know it, it is the fact. I'll get into that in just a second. But before we get into it, I want to say that if you haven't downloaded any of my ebooks as of yet, go check them out. Go over to JCristina.com/books. Once again, JCristina.com/books. They are free. Go get them. Some people will be like, well, what is a camera industry recession? Well, what is a recession to begin with? When you have a defined number of quarters, let's say 2 consecutive quarters where we're seeing a decline in GDP. GDP is gross domestic product. So it doesn't pertain really to just an industry. Let's just use it as a generalization. So GDP is the total market value of finished goods or even services for a specific country over a set period of time. So once again, a recession is basically that contraction or a contraction of the economy or a shrinkage in production as well as consumption. And we've seen that in the camera industry over the last 10 years, guys, 10 years. I've been telling you about this for quite some time. There is a halving of our industry every 2 years. So let's say we're selling 100,000 cameras. Well, in 2 years, we'll be selling 50,000 cameras. 2 years after that, 25,000. 2 years after that, 12,500, so on and so forth. There has been a halving to the amount of sales in our industry over the last decade. And a lot of it comes back down to camera phones, smartphones, right? iPhones and Android phones that are sitting in your pocket and has really crushed the industry. Looking at the CIPA numbers, now this is a chart that I pulled up for January and February, but what's interesting about it is it shows 2020, 2021, as well as 2022. And just look at the chart itself. I mean, it's horrendous, guys. It is absolutely horrendous. In January, we can see that in 2020, there was 800,000 units sold. In 2021, 600,000. And now we're seeing just about 575, let's call it, 1,000 units sold in January. And then when we look at February, once again, we have like 679,000, then down to 673,000. And now this year, once again, in the toilet with under 500,000 units sold. Now, these are units in total. In other words, this has to do with ILCs, the interchangeable lens cameras, as well as fixed lens cameras. So point and shoots, as well as what a lot of us use, which would be ILCs or interchangeable lens cameras. This is a combination of the two. I didn't want to break it down because we don't need to get into that much detail. Just know the overall perspective of what's going on. And once again, the numbers are falling. It's plainly obvious when we see the 2020 numbers just around August to December of 2020, and we take a look at the 2021 numbers, and it's just flatlined during the entire year. Flatlined. Now, once again, when we look at the chart, we can see that from January 2022 to February 2022, there is once again a reduction in sales. This doesn't bode well for the coming year. This is a problem, guys. This is a problem. Some people are saying that they are seeing that the market is going to get better in the not so distant future, and we're going to see an upswing in 2022. My prediction is that will not be the case, because there is continuous shortages going on. There is pressure on the market where there's just not enough goods to be able to create the products to sell them. That is a major problem. Also, we're seeing an increase in price. They're stating anywhere from about 20 to 25% increase in cost of cameras during the course of 2022. That is a major, major problem, guys. People are feeling the recession that is going on, the just absurd amount of inflation. We see in our grocery stores, we're paying double for food. We see it in our gas, we're paying double for gas in the last 2 years. People are having to decide, are we going to buy the latest and greatest camera, or are we going to feed our kids? Well, the camera is not going to be bought. That's just it. Now, I want to look a little bit deeper into Nikon, because Nikon was one of the companies, and I've talked to you guys about this in the past, that got hit really hard by this recession, let's call it. The camera industry just got crushed, especially when it comes to DSLRs. DSLRs have been like the stepchild where they're being set aside, and all of the focus of the industry, of all of the manufacturers, are on mirrorless cameras. Well, that's great and all, and it adds a little bit of spunk and people are more interested in going into the market. The problem is R&D is crazy. You're having to recreate stuff, right? You're not just simply pulling out a mirror and calling it a mirrorless camera. There's a lot more that goes into it. And so this being the case, the manufacturers are having to spend a lot more money on R&D and also produce a whole new line of lenses. So there's a lot that goes into it. It's basically negative upon negative upon negative. There's a lot of pressure on our industry. Now, Nikon, like I said, has been having a major issue. And I spoke to you guys about this before. The reason being is about 75% of Nikon's revenue, what they were making, was on cameras, on their imaging department. And as of today, they're sitting at probably about 30%. From 75% to 30%. You're talking about a halving in the amount of money that you're bringing in. That was like your golden child. They were selling a just ton of DSLRs for a long period of time, making a lot of money. It was Nikon and Canon, first and second place, selling just a ton. And then Sony came around and just pushed Nikon out of the limelight. So Nikon has been doing a lot of things. They've been closing plants in Japan. They've been laying off thousands and thousands of employees. They have moved manufacturing overseas. They've also stopped making consumer grade cameras, and they've incurred about a $260 million impairment loss. That was last year, year before. Now it's, let's say, washed out. But it's a lot of downward pushing on Nikon. And I even said that, God, I don't even know if they're going to be able to hang in there. And what's interesting is when we take a look at Canon in comparison to Nikon, the V and the lockdowns and the shortages and everything seems to be playing into the favor of Canon while they're actually increasing their market dominance. Why? I don't even get it. But somehow they get it and they're doing it, right? Now, what Nikon has said recently is that they're going to solely focus in their imaging department, solely focus on the Z series, right? That's the Z cameras as well as the Z lens lineup to double. I think they have about 24, 25 lenses. They want to see 50. Right? So they want to do this doubling and put a lot more lenses out there. Their idea is for every single camera sold, they want to sell 2 lenses. That's the way they figure they're going to get back into profitability. Now, bear in mind, though, Nikon is sitting at about 13% over the overall imaging market. 13%. Like I said before, Canon and Nikon used to be side by side. They were up there, 30, 40%, the two of them. Now, Nikon is down to 13% of the overall imaging market. That is also very, very problematic when it comes to sales. Now, what they've said for medium term, right, to let's say up to 2025, their goal is a 10% profitability. When we get to 2025, that equates to the same amount of profitability they were making in 2019. So instead of them going forward, they're looking at the numbers of 2019 and saying, we need to get to those numbers again because this is simply not working the way we see it or the way it's going right now. Now, while focusing on the imaging business or the Z series, they're also going to really laser focus on the areas of their business that are making money. Number one, that's precision instruments, also healthcare, as well as digital manufacturing. We see precision instruments accounting for about 41% of their overall revenue. They're making a lot on precision instruments, and about 14% healthcare and about 12% when it comes to the digital manufacturing. So they're looking in other spaces. One of the spaces that they're looking into is AR or VR, virtual reality or augmented reality. And they're getting in bed or in alignment with Microsoft, building out studios and whatnot. Also, what they're trying to do is increase their component level manufacturing to do more of B2B sales instead of B2C sales. They're seeing more money or more profitability in making component level product in comparison to this retail product that just isn't selling. So I guess my question to you guys is, since manufacturers are being affected right across the board by this imaging recession going on, the camera industry recession that we see, are all of them going to be looking elsewhere to make profits, to be able to make money? because obviously the camera industry is not really where it's at when it comes to making money. They are just simply not. And once again, like I said, the prices are going to continuously go up. Nikon has stated they are going to go up 20 to 25% on lenses and cameras before the end of 2022. That is a big deal, guys. That means like a Z9 is going to be over $6,000. And coming full circle, once again, we are not making as much money. Or if we do make more money, it's just still going out in a greater amount than what we're making. So once again, we have that recession or that inflation that is going on right now. So are people going to be able to spend over $6,000 for a Nikon Z9? I don't know. I really don't know, but I want to know your thoughts. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. It was a little bit of commentary on what I see going on and what I see going on in the future, but my information or my thoughts are just my thoughts. I want to know your thoughts because you are more important than me on this channel. In the comment area below this video, put your thoughts. Let's have this discussion. I think it's fascinating. We can speak about Nikon or Canon or Sony or Fuji or whoever. It doesn't really matter. They're all being affected. Right now, we do see Nikon is affected the most, but still, they're all being affected with this recession that we see in the imaging industry. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, throw it a thumbs up. That would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click this little bell icon over there so when I go live or when a new video comes out, you will be notified of it immediately. And if you click this button, please also click all. When you click all, supposedly you're going to get my notifications. If you don't click all, maybe you won't. YouTube, get it together. Anyways, and finally, head over to my website, JCristina.com, where you can find all the photography tools I've invented for you and me over the years, and hopefully there's something there that you might like. And if there is, please pick it up and support me and my family. There's also some merch over there. Go check it out. My book, you can find it over here. And if you use YT20 promo code at checkout, you'll get 20% off anything that you purchase over there at JCristina.com. That's it, guys. I'm out of here for yet another vlog. Many blessings to you and your family. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next one. Love y'all.